Before I get started with the video, I just want to say I don't have a full script of everything I want to say. I just wrote down some bullet points. So everything I talk about in this video is kind of just whatever I think about in the moment. I wanted this video to be a bit more casual, like you guys can just kind of sit back, relax, listen to whatever I have to say. So hopefully you guys don't mind that and hopefully you guys enjoy it. I've been playing Minecraft for years. I don't really talk about it on my channel, but I have been playing for a while. My first introduction to the game was in 2011 when I first started playing Pocket Edition, and I've been playing Minecraft ever since, so I've been playing for a while. It used to be the main game I played like all the time back in middle school, but as the years went on, I played it less and less to the point where I didn't play it at all. I stopped playing when I was about 15 years old, and I didn't get back into Minecraft until I was 20, so it had been a decent amount of time. So, as I was getting back into Minecraft, I played the game more, started doing some more research, and then I started to see on YouTube there are a lot more videos about, like, oh, Minecraft isn't fun anymore, this game isn't the same, these updates, so, like, the updates aren't as fun or interesting, so I thought, why not throw my hat in the ring, why not just share some of my opinions on kind of how I got back into Minecraft a little bit. If you guys have any tips that I don't talk about, you're more than welcome to throw some in the comments. I want this to be kind of like a collaborative thing where we can all just kind of discuss how to enjoy Minecraft more than we do now. So feel free to throw in your suggestions. I would love to hear them. Tons of other creators have also made videos talking about how to make Minecraft feel more fun, so if anything I say doesn't really click with you, definitely check out some other people's videos. I'll link some in the description. Maybe they'll have some other tips that work with you a little bit more than what I might have to say, so definitely check some of those out. This first point I'm going to make is something I've seen a lot of other people talk about, but I'm just going to throw it out there just in case, maybe you haven't, but play with whatever rules you want, You can play with cheats, maybe, you want keep inventory, maybe you want to play on peaceful mode, maybe you want to play in the daytime all the time, like, play with whatever rules you want. It's a sandbox game, you're allowed to play with whatever rules you want. I've definitely seen a lot of people argue online that you shouldn't play with that you shouldn't play with keep inventory because it defeats the point of the game. You shouldn't be playing with it. That's not how the game was designed. But, if it's just more convenient for you, if it makes the game more fun, I say go for it. There's no real reason why you shouldn't be able to play a single player game in, whatever way feels most fun for you. So, if peaceful mode is fun, if keep inventory feels fun, I say play with that. You're totally allowed to do that. This next point I'm going to talk about is just something I've been thinking about for a while, but don't worry about maxing out everything you can do in the game, right? Like, I'll see people have these, like, giant wheat farms or sugarcane farms, and I always sit there and think, do you really need all that wheat that you're grinding for? Do you really need all that sugarcane? So I feel like, having those auto farms can kind of ruin, maybe not ruin, but can kind of take away some of the fun from the game, right? If you need a bunch of wheat and, you're like a villager is trading some emeralds for a bunch of wheat, I can kind of see that, but even then, most times you really don't need all that. I always see those and kind of, I don't view them as pointless, but maybe just a tad bit unnecessary. I don't know, that could definitely just be a me thing, because I'll always see those giant farms, and I'll always wonder, do you really need all that sugar cane? Do you need all that wheat? Do you need all those carrots that you're making all these elaborate contraptions for? So, I don't know, maybe that one is a bit more of a hot take, but I definitely have seen a lot of those, and I'll always think to myself, you probably don't need all that. Like, it is cool, don't get me wrong. All those, farms and auto smelters and everything, like that definitely is cool, but realistically, you may not need that unless you have a huge, project that needs tons of emeralds, but otherwise you probably don't need those giant farms, at least in my opinion. This next point I'm gonna make is kind of related to what I just said, but something I'll definitely see online also is people starting a new world, then immediately rushing to get, enchanted netherite armor and the best gear. And I always sit here and think, we don't need the best gear in the world, at least not right now, because most of the threats that you're going to encounter really don't need all that much upgrades and equipment to defeat, right? Like, having it is nice, but most of the big threats you'll come across in this game, you have to go seek out, the Wither, you have to create the Wither, the Ender Dragon, you have to get all those Ender Pearls, the Warden, you have to find an ancient city, and those are definitely challenging enemies that can definitely require some more enhanced armor, but things like your zombies, your creepers, stuff like that, they don't need all those thorns, blast protection. Like, you don't need all that crazy netherite armor. Like, simple diamond tools will usually get it done. What I'm trying to say is that worrying about how good your armor is or how efficient your farms is may hinder your experience with the game, so try going into it without worrying about all that. You may have a more fun time. I think what kind of led people to start thinking that they needed, maxed out enchanted armor was those, 100 days videos. Because for those, they try to get as much done as they can in those 100 days. So usually maxing out their armor is kind of just for the sake of the video. And then I think some people may watch those and think that they also need maxed out armor. Not to say that it's inherently their fault, because it's definitely not. They're just there trying to make content. But I think sometimes people will see that and then think, oh, well, this creator has maxed out armor, maybe I should invest in some maxed out armor too. But like I said, most times you probably really don't need all that. Like I just mentioned before, for some boss fights you most definitely will, but 9 times out of 10 I don't really think you do. This next point is going to be pretty obvious. I'm sure tons of people have heard this before, but if you're just not having fun, then don't play. No harm in just, not playing if you're not having fun. Another creator I enjoy a lot, Dialco, he talked about this in his video about, making Minecraft fun again, and he brought up a good point about, why do people feel the need to make Minecraft feel fun again? Because for any other video game, like Horizon Forbidden West or Silent Hill 2 or something, like if you stop enjoying the game, you're probably not going to keep playing it. But Minecraft definitely has a reputation of, needing to stay fun and trying to make it fun, even if you're not enjoying it all that much. So I definitely find that a bit interesting that Minecraft specifically usually has that issue. But, like I said, if you're not having fun, there's no harm in not playing. Tons of games that I love, I take breaks from, Super Smash Bros, I'll take a break from that, Mario Kart, things like that. So no harm in just not playing if you're not having fun. This next point I'm going to talk about is something that you've maybe heard before, but I'm just going to say it because I definitely have seen it work. But if you're not enjoying modern Minecraft or the specific version that you're playing, try going back, maybe. Like, if you enjoy, beta Minecraft, try going back to beta. If you enjoyed the Legacy Console Edition, try going back to, the Xbox 360 edition or the PS4 edition. That actually worked for me, honestly. I started getting back into Minecraft and I just played the standard Bedrock, and I wasn't having the greatest time, just that spark wasn't there. I just wasn't enjoying it as much. So then I just went back to the Xbox One edition, and I started playing that for a few months. And then that's actually this world right now. This is the Xbox One version that I just brought over to Bedrock. But yeah, I just played the Xbox One version, and I had a lot more fun with that. And then that kind of got me back into Minecraft a little bit. So, you know, if you're more into beta, if you're more into a specific version, just try playing that. That could definitely spark some interest again. And it worked for me, so it may work for you too. One suggestion that I make a lot to, a lot of my friends is try starting up some projects. Minecraft is a game all about building, so, try building some stuff. That's what keeps me most interested in Minecraft, things like this giant creeper statue, or this daily bugle from Spider-Man, or the lava chicken stand from Minecraft. Or Minecraft movie, I should have said. Things like that can really keep you interested and engaged in the game. It doesn't have to be, a crazy project, like you don't have to recreate New York or something, but, maybe something small. I don't know, like a giant glass of chocolate milk might keep you engaged. Maybe a little dome for your Olay could be fun. Speaking of, where is my Olay? Oh, right there. Okay, I was gonna say, that'd be weird if... Okay, just gonna escape. That's fine. I hardly let my Olay out anyway. But yeah, projects like that can definitely keep you engaged. And like I said a moment ago, it doesn't have to be a huge project. It could just be something kind of small, something kind of fun. It could be, the Daily Bugle, something that you just enjoy in your day-to-day life that you want to bring over to the game. So I would definitely try that. I think things like that can honestly be a lot more fun than you'd think. I had a lot of fun building, the Daily Bugle. I had a interesting time building, that creeper and lava chicken stand. So things like that can be a lot more enjoyable than you think. So I would say that's probably, the tip I would recommend to people most of the time, honestly. Okay, so this is the last suggestion I'm gonna make, but try not worrying about, rushing through all the content this game has to offer. I think this is where the whole 2-week Minecraft phase really comes into play. You start a new world, you start getting all your gear, you start planning for all these big things like taking down the Warden or taking down the Wither, and I think that can sometimes kind of hinder your experience, If you're sitting here thinking about all this different stuff you want to get done, it can kind of overwhelm you a little bit. So, start a new world, continue a world you already have, and just kind of have fun with it. Just kind of let the pace flow and dictate itself. I think we all either know someone, or maybe we are someone who will start up a new world, get all your gear, make all these cool builds, defeat the Ender Dragon, then think, well, now what? And I think that can, make the game feel a little less fresh when you're just mainly focused on the game's preset objectives. Because this game's about making your own fun, So try just, go Miles Morales mode, do your own thing. Because I think when you start worrying about just like, oh, all these different bosses I can defeat and this, that, and the other, I think that's kind of where you can lose interest in the game once you defeat all those bosses or do all those challenges or whatever that the game already has set out. So just, do whatever you want. Do what feels fun. I think that can help out a lot of people, or just, help out whoever. Okay, I think that's about all I have. I can't really think of any other suggestions I have. Like I said at the start of the video, if you have some ideas or some suggestions of things that keep Minecraft fun for you, definitely throw them in the comments. I want this to be a collaborative effort, and I want all of us to help each other out. If there's any tips that work for you to keep Minecraft fun, throw them in the comments. I would love to see some more of those. Hopefully you guys didn't mind that this video was a lot more different from what I usually do, but I kind of just wanted to throw in my own takes, kind of just wanted to throw out everything I thought, because I've seen a couple of videos about, you know, how to make Minecraft more fun, how to enjoy Minecraft again, and there was just some opinions, some thoughts that I've had for a little while that I wanted to share. So, you know, if they didn't work for you guys, hopefully you enjoyed them at the very least. I don't know. But yeah, that's about all I have. I'm trying to make a food truck right now, and it's it's looking. It definitely is looking. It's kind of ugly, but I'll work on that. Yeah, I promise. But yeah, that's about all I have. I don't have anything else to say except, you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I love you, and I will see you all later.